What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is tonibryanne, and in today's video we're going to be discussing the mocking of Christianity in Hollywood. This video is a video that I am incredibly passionate about because I have seen an influx of the comfortability of mocking Christianity more so than other faiths. Now, mocking any faith by any means is definitely problematic and should not be happening, no matter if you believe in that faith or not. But in today's video, we're going to be specifically speaking on Christianity because it seems the most prevalent. But before we get into today's video, of course, let's start off with a little bit of positivity. Today's quote of the day is, "The only validation I need is from myself." Today's verse of the day is Luke chapter 6, verse 36, and it reads, "Be merciful, even as your Father is merciful." And without further ado, you guys, let's get straight into today's video.
Taking you in this moment.
So I'm honestly doing this video strictly based upon being a person. People in general are so quick to shut down Christianity, and they do it on such a forefront because they feel as if it's a safe space to do so because it has become digestible to mock Christianity. I don't make Christian content. I very rarely do. But just me using a verse of the day, people feel the need to talk down on the fact that I'm Christian. Say, "Oh, I wasn't going to support your content at first because I saw you did a verse of the day, but I was glad to see that you weren't all about Christianity. Why does it bother you so much?" If I was watching another creator that was Jewish, another creator that was Muslim, and they happened to incorporate their faith in any of their videos just for a small portion, or even throughout the video, if I was interested in that video, I would not care because everybody has different faiths and we have a right to do so. And not only that, it's highly inappropriate and dismissive of someone to talk down upon their faith. Just anyone's beliefs in general, it's not okay to speak down upon. But for some reason, it's only okay to do it if it comes to Christianity. This gets into the title of the video, the mocking of Christianity in Hollywood. So many celebrities make jokes about Christianity, talk about Christianity, refer to Christianity, so on and so forth. You hear Jesus being put into songs in blasphemous ways. You just hear a lot of disrespect of the faith. Once again, whether you're Christian or not, that is wrong to do. So we're going to highlight a few different instances of Hollywood mocking Christianity and even getting into a little bit of retail. I have some thoughts on that. So let's first start off with the very first celebrity and kind of the inspiration of this video, the breaking point I had in order to make this video. And this has to do with everyone's fave, Miss Rihanna. So we all know Rihanna is a superstar. She's a singer. She's an actress. She is a multi-billion-dollar business owner. She is highly, highly successful. With that success comes with great responsibility. And it seems as if in a recent photo shoot, Rihanna did not take that responsibility seriously. Rihanna recently posed for the cover of Interview magazine wearing a nun costume. And yes, a costume. In the photo, she has a very deep plunge neckline, which does not support the modest idea of being a nun, or let alone being a Catholic. She's wearing very heavy makeup, which once again does not align to being a nun. And she was overall posing very suggestively. Now, why exactly was the creative direction to go with wearing a nun outfit? Would she have been able to do that if she was wearing a hijab? Would she have been able to do that if she was wearing a yarmulke? Absolutely not. Rihanna would have been canceled. Now, thankfully, Rihanna got a lot of backlash due to this, which was honestly shocking to me because people act as if Rihanna walks on water, no pun intended. But that's all she got. Backlash, people saying this was done in poor taste, people now noticing that Christianity is often being mocked. But she didn't lose any sponsorship deals, the photo didn't get deleted, Interview magazine did not apologize, it was just another day. And that just once again shows that it is okay to mock Christianity. This is not Rihanna's first charade of doing this. She also dressed as a decorative pope at the 2018 Met Gala. And that Met Gala look is now seen as iconic and breathtaking. Nobody looked at it as the mocking of Christianity. Now, Rihanna has done similar things in other religions, but she actually apologized. sexualized. In 2020, she used sacred Islamic text during her Savage X Fenty runway show, and she received a lot of outrage for doing this, and she immediately apologized. But will Rihanna apologize for using the imagery of a nun? I don't think so. The appropriation of being a nun is all over Hollywood. I mean, we see so many movies. You have the Sister Acts 1 and 2. You have the movie The Nun. You have all types of horror movies surrounding around women in a convent. It's always being displayed and always being mocked, and the usage of the devil is constantly being used in order to mock Christianity. You don't see many horror movies specifically speaking about Judaism, Islam, Scientology. You name it, you don't really see it. You even see it when it comes to Halloween costumes. You have so many costumes out with the sexy nun concept, or even just wearing a full nun costume in general that isn't deemed as sexy. They both are very problematic. I know there are a lot of people that like to say the concept of dressing as a nun is to go against societal norms, that women should be empowered and sexual abstinence shouldn't be the standard for women. But sometimes not everything needs to be so political, especially when you're using faith in order to prove your point.
Sexualizing nuns is disrespectful to Catholics, so to be honest, I'm here for it. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't care how legitimately traumatized you have been by any religious institution. Sexualizing women who have spent their entire lives devoted to tenets of chastity and modesty, just for the sake of screw them, it's just sexism. Like, let's just call it what it is. You are specifically sexualizing a group of women who has done everything in their power to get away from that. It's not cool, it's not quirky, it's gross. And while the vast majority of nuns you know may be Catholic, there are other kinds. I don't know if you know that. Like, there's Christian nuns who aren't Catholic, there's also Buddhist and Muslim nuns. And let's be real, it's the exact same concept behind a hijab. So not only are you clearly and proudly intolerant of other people's religions, you're also sexualizing women who don't want it just because you want to and you won't be stopped. What?
And quite frankly, I believe the sexualization of nuns has to do with the idea that women that choose to adhere to the nun lifestyle solely choose to exist among women and not men. And a lot of men, especially in Hollywood, struggle with the idea that women would choose to exist without men. There's this infatuation with women that choose to solely live among women, and men kind of wanting to taunt the idea that these women do have sexual urges, these women do have fantasies, and so on and so forth. I mean, there's literally a movie out right now with Sydney Sweeney starring in it called Immaculate about a nun getting pregnant, which is very interesting because nuns can't get pregnant if they are abstinent, correct? The movie is, from what I've heard, incredibly gory, crude, juvenile. Oh, and how can I forget offensive? And theologically illiterate to what the Bible really entails. And I think if you put a big shiny bow around everything that I just said, it just means they were mocking Christianity. There was this video of the star of the movie, Sydney Sweeney, going around of her perpetually mocking the Bible. Now, I want to know what you guys think when she is reading the verses in the Bible and see your thoughts. And after I show you guys this clip, it's going to show a TikToker's thoughts on exactly what Sydney Sweeney was doing in this clip. Take a look at this.
Second Book of Chronicles, chapter 21, verses 14 to 15. Behold, with a great plague will the Lord smite thy people, and thy children, and thy wives, and all thy goods. And thou shalt have great sickness by disease of thy bowels, until thy bowels fall out by reason of the sickness day by day.
The purpose of that video is to promote her new movie, Immaculate. It's a horror movie where she stars as a nun. This passage was read to get a reaction out of Christians, because at first glance it's hard to understand. But that's why I'm here. First off, there are a number of things that I could say about the context, like that it wasn't just a bunch of small children. They were a large, threatening group of young men on the outskirts of the town. Not only did they insult Elisha, but they blasphemed God. I could go on, but it is most important to understand the nature of God's authority. God is the author of life. Our lives are a gift from Him. Imagine you start graciously giving someone $20 every day. and then one day you decide to stop. The person has no right to be mad or say it is wrong for you to stop doing that because they had no right to it in the first place. They did not earn it. It was a gift. In the same way with our life being a gift from God. God is the gift giver, so we can't be mad at him, especially when the reason is sin. God has that unique authority. Human parents do not because we procreate, we create with God. And lastly, there are a variety of views and interpretations on this passage. But even in the worst case scenario, it would not disprove Christianity, because these passages have no bearing on the central truth of the resurrection of Christ. The best explanation of the historical events surrounding Jesus is that he rose from the grave. Investigate that first. And thus, given all these reasons, Christians should not be troubled. God bless.
And in just 2018 to 2019 alone, there were 4 different nun demon films out. I can't believe I'm saying that in a sentence. Like, that's insane. But films mocking nuns and using some sort of demonic entity to further mock nuns. The next celebrity I'm going to be speaking on that openly has been accused of mocking Christianity, that may be a controversial take, is none other than Beyonce Knowles. Beyonce is, well, Beyonce. We all know who Beyonce is. She's a mega superstar. And Beyonce has been acclaimed to be the head of the Illuminati. And the Illuminati is known as the secret society of people that worship not God. If you guys want to see a full video on that where I talk about the Illuminati in Hollywood, please check out my video, The Horrors of Hollywood Part 1. I will link it down below and link it up here, I think, up here, or here, one or the other. So there have been lots of thoughts of Beyonce being blasphemous, and she has a mega fan base, so I don't think that Beyonce will ever be taken down. These are all allegations. We don't know if this is true or not, once again. But yeah, there are some theories and some, I guess you can say, points of proof of Beyonce mocking Christianity. So for one, when Beyonce announced that she was pregnant with her twins, who are now like 7 or 8, she had a Virgin Mary themed photo shoot. She was posed as the Virgin Mary, and people did not take heed of this, and it was mostly Christians that did not, because it doesn't represent who Virgin Mary was. As I'm sure we are all well aware, the Virgin Mary was indeed a virgin, though she was pregnant with Jesus Christ. This is according to Christianity. And we all know Beyonce is not the Virgin Mary, and we know she most likely conceived those babies in a non-virgin way. So it was considered mocking the Virgin Mary. But that is more on the innocent side of Beyonce mocking Christianity, allegedly. So in Beyonce's well-acclaimed album Lemonade, there was a voiceover of her in the album reciting words from a poem that definitely were quite odd to hear. In the voiceover, she says, in quote, "Plugged my menses with the pages from the holy book," end quote. And we all know the holy book is the Bible. Not just any Bible, the Christian Bible.
In that time, my hair, I grew past my ankles. I slept on a mat on a floor. I swallowed a sword. I levitated to the basement, confessed my sins and was baptized in a river. Got on my knees and said amen and said I mean. I whipped my own back and asked for dominion at your feet. I threw myself into a volcano. I drank the blood and drank the wine. I sat alone and begged and bent at the waist for God. I crossed myself and thought I saw the devil. I grew thick in skin on my feet. I bathed in bleach and plugged my menses with pages from the holy book, but still inside me, coiled deep, was the need to know.
And people are saying, with her saying menses, she's speaking on her menstrual cycle, and she's using the holy book as a That's all I'm gonna say to that, because I don't even feel comfortable saying that out loud. I've seen other people say that she was probably saying these words because she was referring to her having a miscarriage, and she put the holy pages inside of her in order to protect her womb and protect her future children. But to me, it just sounds odd, and I don't think that the Holy Bible and anything going on down here should be put in the same sentence. It's weird, and I can see it being acclaimed as indeed blasphemous. And I've also seen other people saying that it can be seen as witchcraft. Beyonce's mother is from Louisiana, and Louisiana is known as the voodoo land. So people believe that maybe Beyonce knows certain rituals and spells. I'm just saying, any true believer in Christianity or someone that doesn't care to mock Christianity, I just don't believe they would say anything exactly like this. Once again, I don't go against anyone that has a different faith than me. I don't know if these lyrics are just just for entertainment or to stir controversy, or if they have a deeper meaning that we just don't know about. It's just interesting that we constantly hear things that are tied to the Bible. And once again, the mocking of Christianity. Now, Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z, also allegedly the co-founder of the Illuminati, that so many people believe to be true, he recently came out with a movie. Well, he was a producer of a movie that was called The Book of Clarence. Now, many people have deemed the movie The Book of Clarence to be blasphemous and to be perpetually mocking Christianity. And due to this, many believe that's why the movie did not do well. The movie was not a blockbuster hit. And here are what a few TikTokers had to say in terms of the mocking of Christianity that they deem to be when it comes to The Book of Clarence. Take a listen to this.
Jay-Z just promoted a movie called The Book of Clarence, which is an abomination toward Jesus Christ, an abomination towards the Bible. It's actually a mockery, but let's go ahead and watch this.
It's he, Jesus of Nazareth.
He sees Jesus.
You can't even buy power like that.
Buying power. Simon the
I want to
Sorcerer.
be like that in 10 years.
He wants to be like Jesus because of his power. He's jealous, covetousness, witchcraft, false prophets.
I want to be like that now.
You want to be like him now.
Knowledge is stronger than belief.
Knowledge is stronger than belief. You know, man-made knowledge, the wisdom of man is stronger than having faith in God. This is ridiculous.
I can see! I can see!
Trying to be like Jesus, faking miracles, pride, demonic.
God sent me to deliver his message.
He's trying to say he's the Messiah. You know, the Bible says that many will come in my name and say I'm the Messiah, and they'll mislead many. Do not believe them.
Your new Messiah.
Messiah.
Your God is a myth. If you'll be so kind to walk on water.
To walk on water. So to do everything Jesus did.
Damn.
And I believe in the movie, they're going to try to make him actually walk on water. This is so demonic. And it makes sense why Jay-Z is promoting this movie. He had a problem with God for a very, very long time. Listen to this.
Hail Mary to the city, you're a virgin. And Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends. Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends. Jesus can't save you, life starts when the...
Jesus can't save you, life starts when the church ends. See, he has something against God. He has something personal against God. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all of them. Don't watch The Book of Clarence. Absolutely demonic.
So this is how powerful God is. Jay-Z's new comedy movie stumbles at box office, earned back just a fraction of his $40 million budget. So the ones that don't know, Jay-Z came out the woodworks promoting the movie on his Instagram page. We know Jay-Z don't got an Instagram. He'll make one every once in a blue moon when there's a lot of money involved to promote something. He came out the woodworks to promote this movie. Some of the biggest influence in our history, quote unquote, Beyonce and Jay-Z, the biggest influence, promoted behind this movie, and for it not to do the numbers that they was expecting, for it to not really blow up at all because of the blasphemy of Jesus Christ, you will see how powerful he actually is. And that's what I mean. Like, he had to be in the mix of this, stopping this movie from, you know, doing or reaching the numbers that they expected it for it to reach. Anytime you play with God, it ain't gonna be pretty for you. Same thing with Lil Nas X. I hate to speak stuff on anybody, anything, but just keep watching him, his progress, and watch his life. Watch how he keep playing with God. Watch how, just watch. But anyways, the Book of Clarence made less than 10% of his $40 million budget on opening weekend. This is terrible. Like, to put things in perspective and see how bad this is and how I know God stepped in and made this not work for them is because Mean Girls, on the other hand, is number one at $33 million in opening weekend. I forgot where I left off, but you guys get exactly what I'm saying. And I love to see how this backfired on them, man. Not even 10%, which y'all put into it. It's going to take them forever to get that money back, and probably never will see $40 million out of that movie. Man, hey, comment, God is powerful. We gone, man. Follow for more.
So the entire movie, as you guys heard, is about the new making of the Messiah. And if you don't know who the Messiah is another term for Jesus Christ, the Son of God. And it is odd that this movie would be put out in media and not contain that much outrage. It's shocking, honestly. But that's what you see when it comes to Hollywood. The constant mocking, of Christianity. The next person we're going to speak on is quite obvious, so I'm going to speak on. I mean, we literally know this man has mocked Christianity several times, and this has to do with Lil Nas X. Now, I don't know if Lil Nas X is exactly being a troll or coming for the amount of people that come for him because he has come out as a part of the LGBTQ plus community, but he definitely always has Jesus's name in his mouth or is trying to make a mockery of Christianity and Jesus Christ. In doing so, he literally came out with a J Christ single. Yes, the song was called J Christ. In the promo of this song, he was dressed as Jesus, pretending to be Jesus with a wad of cash. Basically everything that Jesus stands against. And this was after Lil Nas X has been called out several times for mocking Christianity. He just won't stop. Remember the time he dropped the 666 sneakers that allegedly had a drop of blood in them? And not only that, he even had a biblical verse marked on the sneakers meant to mock Christianity? Yeah, Lil Nas X is not a stranger to this. Oh, and how can we forget about Montero, Call Me By Your Name, of him pole dancing down into hell and basically mocking Christianity once again. I spoke about this already, but it's the comfortability of constantly coming out. He did the Montero Call Me By Your Name in what? Was that 2020, 2021? I believe it was 2021. And 3 years later, he's dressing as Jesus, pretending to be Jesus. He has footage of him pretending to be pregnant. There's so many different things. It's like, if you want to be accepted, I am so accepting of the LGBTQ plus community. Do as you please. I'm not God. I am not Jesus. I am no one of power that can tell you what to and not to believe in. Do I identify with the LGBTQ plus community? No. I consider myself to be a straight woman. But does that mean I go around mocking being an LGBTQ plus member? Now, not only I wouldn't do that because it's not right, but also I wouldn't do that because why would I feel the need to mock a group that I'm not in just because I don't stand with their ideals? It's wrong.
Nas X releases new single mocking Jesus and mocking Christians. In his artwork for his new single, J Christ, Nas X depicts himself as Jesus on the cross, seen here and here. Now, we know Nas X was pushed to children. He blew up, got on Sesame Street, wrote a children's book, went and did school shows for young children, and then admitted that children were his core audience. Then we started to see what Hollywood actually wanted to push on the next generation, with Nas X coming out with a Satan shoe. The Bible verse on the shoe talking about Satan falling like lightning from heaven. Nas X doing a video where he's supposed to be what's in the Garden of Eden, then taking a stripper pole down to hell, seducing the devil, taking his life, and then becoming Satan. Does videos and award shows, doing things with other men, goes to award shows dressed like this, holding mock Bibles, then says he's gonna start this Christian era, putting out a music video, wearing a shirt that reads, "If God doesn't exist, then who's laughing at us?" Puts out a tweet talking about getting on his knees for more reasons than just praying. And now we got this, where this man is blatantly mocking Christ. And people will defend this because they worship these celebrities. They have made idols out of these celebrities. People need to realize there is a spiritual war happening between the light and the dark, between good and evil. The Bible says people will call good evil and evil good. Put light for darkness and darkness for light. And that is exactly what is happening. This is a war against principalities and powers in high places. This is a war for your mind and soul, for your children's minds and souls.
The last celebrity I'm going to directly speak on is Madonna, who was literally seen as an icon. So I'm gonna give her that credit. Madonna, who is now, I believe, 65 years old. She faced backlash last year for being on the cover of Vanity Fair, seemingly mocking Christianity. Everybody's mocking Christianity. So in the photo shoot, Madonna is seemingly resembling Jesus Christ, specifically Jesus at the Last Supper surrounded by his 12 disciples. Another photo where she appears on the cover of Vanity Fair, she is seemingly resembling the Virgin Mary. Once again, I'm quite sure Madonna is not a virgin. She literally has a song saying, "like a virgin." Like doesn't mean you are a virgin. Now, of course, you have your people that are praising this photo shoot and saying, "Wow, iconic, this is artwork." But when is Christianity artwork? Why does Christianity have to be artwork? You can't think outside the box to find a way to be creative without mocking Christianity? Well, it seems you need to go ahead and find a different creative team if that's the case. Mocking Jesus, mocking God, mocking the Virgin Mary, mocking Joseph, mocking apostles, mocking saints. All of that is so uncalled for, but it's seen as something that is constantly happening in Hollywood. And quite frankly, it's giving me a little bit of the raise of the eyebrows, because why is it only Christianity, the faith that is being mocked so consistently? And why is that celebrities only feel comfortable mocking Christianity? Why is that the case? Let's really talk about it.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
And lastly, this doesn't really have to do directly with Hollywood, but it kind of ties into it because you see this with fashion. Because fashion is kind of a prevalent part of Hollywood. You will see so many shirts, so many pieces of jewelry, so many skirts, just any item, any form of fashion or wardrobe being worn as creative. Religion isn't fashion. Why is it okay rocking the cross and saying, oh, I'm atheist?
Bro, no lie, one of the strangest things to me is people wearing the cross as an aesthetic or as a fashion tool. Like sometimes you'll see these women with their titties out and a cross necklace, and sometimes you'll see motherfuckers who have no affiliation with Christianity putting on a cross necklace. Like that is a religious ornament, bro. That's like the equivalent of wearing a hijab and saying, nah, I'm just doing it because it looks cool on me, bro. Like, another crazy thing to me is the fact that more Muslims actually have more respect toward Jesus than some Christians in the U.S., bro. I understand that Jesus said you got to turn the other cheek, but there has to be a certain level of respect, especially since it's a religion.
There was this clip of Candace Owens calling out this girl who was wearing a cross, and the girl did say later on it was a sword, but she just felt the need to go back and forth with Candace Owens. Once again, you're still making a mockery of Christianity in doing so. But she even called her out. You say you're an atheist, you say you don't believe in God, but you're comfortable enough to walk around with a cross around your neck. And even if it was a sword she was wearing, this goes for a lot of other people that openly say they don't believe in Christianity and openly mock Christianity, wearing Christianity as fashion. You can't tell me that's not disrespectful?
Can you...
I'm a
little confused.
The stone is red, so it matched, you know.
Why are you wearing a cross on your neck?
Are you color coordinating with your neck?
Because I don't see a cross as religious, so...
Okay. Just like you don't see a marriage as religious. So
I don't think that a marriage
have meaning. This is why it's like people. I'm wearing the cross. Why? I don't know. I don't think of it as religious. Okay. Well, Jesus Christ died on the cross.
You think that.
That's what you think.
Wait,
it's been proven.
Yeah.
So why are you wearing the cross?
Because I think it's cute.
I don't think the design is cute.
Yeah.
Wait, really quick.
I grew up Catholic. I was religious, and I'm not anymore. I don't have to believe in what you believe, and I can say that if
I didn't say you had to believe. I asked you a question.
But
I said, why are you wearing the cross?
Okay, and you're saying that the religious aspect of marriage is the only thing that matters. It's not, because people don't follow what you believe.
Yeah. Okay, I asked you why you're wearing the cross, and you said because you thought it was cute.
Yeah,
I'm glad we got an answer. She's wearing the cross around her neck because she thinks it's cute.
I do.
Would
I'm
you
not religious.
also wear like a Star of David?
It's cute.
Well, like if it was cute, would you wear
well, okay,
it?
Well,
I just mean like I'm asking that because I wonder.
Well,
like my guess is that you would think that maybe you wouldn't wear a Star of David because you're like, oh, this is maybe like disrespectful to people who are.
Are you making
Jewish.
the argument? Maybe I mean.
No, I'm just.
The secular.
It's a very good question.
I think those are very different
are you talking
things.
like
why is the
blasphemy?
cross different from the yarmulke?
I'm just. I mean, I was raised Catholic, and that's just
would
not
you
something
wear
that I
a
believe
yarmulke
anymore.
if you thought it was cute?
No, I wouldn't wear. I mean, a yarmulke is completely different than a cross that's been adapted.
Why I found this video so important to make, because I know I'm gonna probably get hate regardless, is that I'm not this super Christian that people are so keen to make fun of or so keen to downplay. The point of this video is to really emphasize and to bring attention to the fact that making fun of Christianity, mocking Christianity, becoming blasphemous towards Christianity is so common, and that it needs to stop. This goes for any faith, whether you're an atheist, if that's the case, I guess that's a lack thereof faith, whether you're Jewish, whether you're Muslim, whether you're a Scientologist, whether you're Hindu, and if you break down all the Christianity, Baptist, Catholic, Protestant, whichever, no faith should be made fun of, whether you agree with it or not. Simple as that. I don't know how many different ways I can explain that. It's so simple. And I understand that a lot of people don't feel supported by Christians. I understand they feel that Christians are very judgmental. Heck, I've seen judgmental Christians, but that is not for the entirety of a group. And even if you feel like they're judgmental, why does it give you the right to also be judgmental and to put down a group of people solely because you don't believe in the faith. Wrong is wrong and right is right. And what y'all are doing is not right. Alrighty, you guys. So that is the end of today's video on the mocking of Christianity in Hollywood. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. Please, as always, be respectful, okay? That's what this video is all centered around. I'm sorry if I sound a little sassy, but I know I have to emphasize this because whenever religion is being discussed, especially Christianity, it seems like everybody has different opinions and everybody has something to say about something, okay? So be respectful. And yeah, I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed this video. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you all in my very next video. I love you guys. Bye. Mwah.
Taking you in this moment, come get close like you own name. Read your aura, you want more of all this love, you'll be your name. Release all of your burden.